Hi everyone! Today I want to show a new project that I made from the new holiday catalog. I am using the Pick a Pumpkin and Pattern Pumpkin Framelit collection. It's a bundle, so if you buy them together you save 10%, and I use the clear mount, which comes to $38.50 when you buy them together as a bundle, and it's such an amazing collection. I think it's really a great bargain. I love especially the framelits. They have framelits to cut out all the various pumpkins. Actually, everything here has a framelit, but there's also some added framelits, like this little, see these little check marks. It's an interesting background, so you can like cut out these little check marks as a layering piece, so then they would poke through. You'd see another color underneath perhaps. There's some leaves. There are these little, I love these little swirly pumpkin vines. And do you know what this says to me? This says Rudolph antler. I always think of punch shapes and how I can use them for other things. Or coffee steam in a coffee cup mug, kind of hot chocolate packet. I don't know, something like that. I love it. And then this fun little pumpkin has little stars cut up, so you can have some glowing, maybe some crushed curry coming from behind, so it looks like maybe it was a carved jack-o'-lantern. And then this pumpkin is my favorite. There's no stamp for it. It's an outline, and it is this fun outline right there. So I just love, here's those vines and some of the pumpkins in a gourd. And I'm going to show you how to put this card together really quickly. It's a really fun little fall project to send a little note to somebody. You can change the greeting to Happy Halloween or Thanksgiving or birthday for someone who you know has a birthday in the fall. So it's a really fun little card, and I love the color combination. I'm using Rich Razzleberry, Cajun Craze, Pumpkin Pie. Is that Rich Razzleberry again? And then there's some accents in Old Olive. So let's get started. As you can see, the background of my card is Whisper White, and I wanted to use the wood grain, I forget what it's called, hardwood? Let me think real quick. We'll look at the case. There, hardwood stamp, and I got mixed up because we had a woodland die and a embossing folder and a pine wood planks embossing folder. So anyway, it's the hardwood background stamp, which I love, and I'm using it here, but I only wanted it to show in a circle. So I used the circle framelits to make myself a little template, and I often make myself a template with acetate so that I can see through it, and I ran out. I use it so often I ran out of little window sheets, so this time I just used some of my grid paper, some scraps, and I cut it the whole length of this card front because I didn't want that wood grain to come through. And so let's stamp that. This is a really big stamp, as you can see, so you need the biggest block. And actually, ever since buying this one, from now on, I kind of tell myself that I want to buy them with the wood mount. It's only a little bit more expensive, and then I don't have to, because this big block is heavy, and also it's just such a big stamp that you don't want it to fall off the block. So having it permanently mounted to a wood mount is actually a little more ideal, and it is what I currently do. But I didn't learn that until after I bought this one. So this one is a cling mount. So anyway, make sure this is still lined up. And then I'm going to go ahead and stamp it. There. Okay, now if you'll notice, see how it's cut out, it's bigger and only a little bit of it comes through? Just something about the little, even this is such thin paper, it still keeps the stamp from making a good touchdown on the paper. So I made myself another template with a slightly small, the one size down framelit, so that I can use it for sponging, because if I used the same one, it's just a little too big, and I was playing around just kind of moving this around, and I thought, you know what, just make another one, and it works perfectly. So now I'm going to sponge in the same color ink. Oh, I'm sorry, I used soft suede too, by the way. I like it. All right, so that's the background of my card. So I've got my pumpkins that I'm going to use and this little gourd. and a piece of scrap Whisper White. So I'm just going to stamp these guys out. I'm going to stamp them all on one scrap so I can cut them out all at one time. Okay, look how many times I've used this cutting pad. I need to get new plates. They're coming in order. They're just not here yet. So anyway, it still works amazingly. So I'm going to use some of my dies. I'm going to use this pumpkin and this gourd and this pumpkin and this pumpkin and the little curly vines. And I only want to go to my big shot once. Okay, I'm going to run this through and I'll be right back. Okay, so on this copper foil piece, you will notice that I got some of those little bumps that are kind of help you pop the die out. See the little dots? And sometimes I actually run the die through backwards so that the dots would actually be on the back with my foil. But as you saw, my cutting plates are so used that they have more texture to them than the dots. So what I do is I take my bone folder and I just kind of smooth those bumps away. And then you don't really notice them so much anymore. See, I just kind of make them disappear. Let's watch this one here. Yeah. Okay. So now we're just going to assemble. I store my paper in these little sleeves that they come in. And then I put them in a bin, but folder, file system, but I always have scraps, and scraps are wonderful. And sometimes I kind of lament that Stampin' Up! Doesn't have every single color of ribbon. You know, you just want a certain color, and I really wanted rich raspberry, and there is no rich raspberry. But that's okay, because this can act as my paper. So we're going to go ahead and use the bone folder to kind of help break up the fibers just a little bit so that it makes it easier. And then we're going to flag the, I'm going to fold it actually. I'm going to see how long I want it to be. Right there. And then I'm going to fork the ends. Okay, we're going to start to stick things down. Do you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin? I do, and they send you these little glue dots, and there's always way more than you need. And I put them in this bin, and then I never use them. For some silly reason, I just use the ones on the roll that I buy. And I realized I have so many sheets of glue dots sitting unused. So that's why I have these kind of odd-looking glue dots. They're from the monthly subscription Paper Pumpkin, which is totally fun. You should subscribe to that. Okay. There you go. Actually, if you've never subscribed to Paper Pumpkin, there's a special going on. I'm going to throw that out there. You get your first month's half off. That's going on through just a few more days, actually, September 10th. You subscribe by September 10th, you get half off the first month, and you can cancel at any time, so just get the first month, although you're going to think it's really cute and you're going to keep going, but you can cancel at any time. And I've had it for years, so I guess I didn't quite cancel it, did I? Anyway, it's a fun little monthly kit that comes to your house with everything you need, including glue dots. And I'm just going to set this there for just a second. I close this up by keeping it against my finger and then just kind of, you can find out about, since I threw it out there, I better tell you how to do it. You can find out about paper pumpkin, and I'm working with pumpkins, what a coincidence. You can find out about paper pumpkin at my blog, Beth's Paper Cuts, and look for the paper pumpkin button on the sidebar of my blog, and you can click right there and you'll see it. It's like a little, you write half off September or something like that, bonus code. It's all on my blog, so you won't forget it when you click that little paper pumpkin button. And it's normally like $19.95 a month, but the first month is half off. I think they said there was going to be a fall theme to it this month, so that's kind of fun. It's always a surprise, but I know they said that there was going to be a fall theme. Something about foil leaves and some stamped leaves, something like that. Okay, there we go. See, I'm just kind of building, and then I'm going to add these little vines just kind of wherever. So I'm just going to tuck them behind. So I'm going to use one of my little glue dots and kind of tuck it maybe behind this orange pumpkin. There we go. So that's the basic background. And then I wanted to have a greeting, so I found this Hello Fall. It's actually from a different stamp set, and I'm going to show it to you real quick. It's really fun. It's called Merry Cafe, and I love all things coffee. I especially love pumpkin spice. It says hello, hello fall. It's pumpkin spice latte season. Totally fun. I'm not going to use the latte season part though. I'm just going to use the hello fall. So I'm going to use a marker to ink that up. There we go. Okay, and all I added now are some enamel shapes. These are really fun, and I have so many colors. They come in a container that once you open it, it's no longer kind of a valid container, so I put them in little Ziploc baggies. Let's see if I have any more Cajun Craze. I'm sure I do. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so I've got the colors that I use, and I'm just going to kind of randomly place these down. Now I get some more of that olive, maybe a raspberry, and then I didn't use any pumpkin pie. Another raspberry, and another olive. Now, just kind of randomly put those down. This is a really fun accent to add to your card. They're called enamel shapes, and they come in little families of colors. And then all that's left is to stick this down onto a base of rich raspberry. There we go. Woo. Fun. Now, if you've known me for a while, you'll know that I like to do the inside as well. So I'm going to go ahead and grab one of these. Let's see which one's open here. Let's see, where's my pumpkin pie? I'm going to use pumpkin pie. And I'm just going to throw a little pumpkin on the inside as well. I love stamping on the inside of my cards, and I love adding washi tape. So let me show you what I do with that. So I find a color that matches my card. This one is rich raspberry, and I'm just going to add a little bit of washi tape. I just think it adds a nice little edge to the inside. I love the way it looks, and I do it all the time. So there we go. We have a hello fall. Are you ready for fall? I am. I love the cool, crisp weather. I don't like the hot. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this card. Please let me know in the comments section what you think and what things you might put together for a fall combination. And I hope that you'll subscribe to my channel and come back again. Thanks so much. And if you want to check out that paper pumpkin deal, head on over to bethspapercuts.com. And that only goes until September 10th, so you'll want to check out that. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.